This particular project was in a tune of over 2 billion. The then service provider had a discussion with me, offering 20% of that contract sum. My name is Ezekiel Obazele. The opportunity to serve the Edo State government through public procurement management, it's a blend of passion and a desire to orchestrate change. There was this contractor who had migrated to the EGP, and he was required to submit his bid online. He was complaining that he could not use the EGP system, and we informed him that, sorry, the deadline for submission has elapsed, hence you can't really submit your bid. And he made a mention that, do I know who he is? And that he will report me to a higher authority that would have cost me my job. And to me, as long as I'm doing the right thing, it will be a privilege to stand in front of the higher authority to inform the higher authority that this same person is seeking to submit his bid after the close of deadline, which is a breach of the public procurement law.
E-procurement came into the state a couple of years ago, and then he was one of the pioneers. So when I mean a lot, that's one of the things that he has done. And then he came up with this very strong change management strategy that ensured that this whole e-procurement is seeing the light of day and then is sustainable.
We got a lot of insights into what procurement is, what shouldn't be done, how it should always work. And one thing he holds very strong is they have a procurement law, and then we'll have to follow the procurement process.
Several states and countries were privileged to learn from, considering our efficient implementation strategy, and it was a really laudable achievement for me because it saw Edo State government being seen as a reference point for e-procurement implementation in Nigeria as well as West Africa.
Under intense pressure, a contractor tried to fast-track payment for undelivered goods, promising numerous incentives. But despite the temptations, Mr. Ezekiel stood firm, reported the issue, and maintained the integrity of the e-procurement process.
This particular project was in a tune of over 2 billion. And because the deliverables cannot be audited, there is no fiscal evidence to show that the services was rendered. The then service provider had a discussion with me, offering 20% of that contract sum, which would have saw me living the life of a millionaire in hundreds. The average level 10 civil servant's salary is not even up to 100,000 naira. It would have been so nice to jump on such. But because I know procurement processes are status barred, the files are left for 10 years and could be opened by anyone, I wouldn't want my name to be part of those persons that defrauded the state, owing to the fact that I've been saddled with the responsibility of ensuring transparency, accountability, and value for money in the use of public funds. I could not succumb to such a tempting offer.
There were times we went on bid opening, and one of us who belongs to the media was called over. Oh, sorry, we couldn't make lunch for you guys, but hold this for your foiling. I led the team, but Ezekiel had to take decision on having to reject that money. So no, it was becoming an argument internally between the media team and all that. But Ezekiel insisted we don't need it. And I couldn't stop him from rejecting that because that is the value we seek to uphold as an institution. That process is going to be, escalated to the agency for review. But if we have taken that money, how do you do an objective review? So he's somebody that if he goes out with you on a bid opening, entities gives envelope. He doesn't. He won't.
During my time as a procurement officer for the National Sports Festival, the acquisition of goods, works, and services that was done to support the National Sports Festival substantially complied with the provisions of the public procurement law. And I count that as an achievement because it's a testament of our commitment to the public procurement reform, which sees that how public funds are being used is judiciously accounted for, following due processes and the public procurement law.
He's been a person of responsibility and moral conduct. This has endeared him to the hearts of many, such that if you asked today in civil service, those who see him as a mentor, you'll be surprised. He has mentored a lot of young officers, and I'm really proud to have been associated with him.
Looking at the word integrity, it's someone that, upholds values, beliefs that they believe in. And it's not just to say it, it's to live them. Mr. Ezekiel is a team player. What he says at your back is what he will say in your front.
Objective is not about the financial benefits of doing the work, and it's someone that wants to do the work 101%.
He has upheld our policies, our procurement policies and laws, regardless of, pressure that could probably make him want to deviate. Money, cars on 2 occasions, and a few other things. Sometimes he gets threats.
His dedication was recognized with an award from the governor of Edo State, celebrating his role in maintaining the highest standards of integrity. Mr. Ezekiel is a person of integrity.